pretending.
Woo,
We are live, and you're drinking a drink, and I'm gonna have some of my coffee because I have to stay up and edit today.
Oh my gosh, girl, back to back, because you
Girl,
are.
let me tell you. Oh, speaking of which, I know nobody's on yet, but I got a nice shirt, 80s style.
Yeah, I was curious. I wanted to know on the very end. It looked like Donald Trump. Is that Donald Trump?
No, this is the Breakfast Club.
Oh.
The Breakfast Club 80s shirt.
Okay, I like it.
I know. Was that guy a Republican anyway? The one that is supposed to represent or this one?
It's that one. Yeah. I was like, is that Donald Trump? Oh my gosh. So are you?
Yeah, I wear Donald Trump on my shirts. It would be like a big cross up, but I'm not gonna say anything right now online.
Where did you get your shirt from?
I get them from this thing called Geek T-shirts or something, because they have plus size T-shirts. Hi Danielle. She said she is the first one here. Oh,
long time no see, girl. Long time no.
We're not doing our Oh, look at that. Miss Cheryl L. Bedford is in the house.
What? Hey, Cheryl. That's so funny because I have your article up, Miss Hollywood.
Well, hey, let's just go right into that then.
Hollywood.
Do you want to go right into that since she's here?
That's so funny that she's here because she had no idea that we were going to do this.
All right, well, let's bring it up. You lead in while I am doing.
Okay. Yeah. We just wanted to give a shout out to Cheryl Bedford, which is great because she's on here to hear this. and the JTC list and Manon and who else? The Bitch Pack. Like, there's so many people to have helped make this happen. But basically, the Hollywood Reporter, this wonderful article came up today, and it's about the hashtag Start with 8 Hollywood. And you guys, please, if you do nothing else tonight, please read this article because it is blowing up on Twitter. It's been blowing up on Twitter, but this article specifically, the hashtag's already been doing a great job, by the way. Like, that hashtag has got Black Girl Magic. Woo! I'm telling you, it is, yes. So, but I've got the article pulled up because I wanted everyone to know I couldn't memorize all the mentors who were involved in this. So it is insane. But basically, for anyone who doesn't know, Start with 8 Hollywood. It began as like a social campaign and a social media campaign, and it's from, of course, Cheryl Bedford, JTC list, and the Bitch Pack. And basically, all it was asking industry professionals to give some time to women of color in order. It completely lines up with everything that Cheryl's been doing from the very beginning, Cheryl and her team. And, and please forgive me, Cheryl, if I'm not mentioning anybody that needs to be mentioned, but feel free to put their names in here. But listen, the first cycle, it went from June to July. And what I loved about, and what I've always loved about Women of Color Unite is that they've never charged their members. And KT, how many female filmmaker groups do you know of in Hollywood that don't charge?
Well, I actually had to stop being part of groups because I couldn't afford all the freaking membership fees.
Yeah, and it just sucks because we're already, even just women in general, right? Women in general, we already aren't at that table, but we're being expected to pay, right? To get to the table. But white women, still are getting in there first, are only white women. So this is for women of color, or for BIPOC. We say BIPOC, Black, Indigenous people, women of color, BIPOC. So what happened was the list includes, and I could not remember all these people, but we've got Chernobyl creator Craig Mazin, Moana writer Pamela Ribon. We have Level Forward CEO Adrian Becker. We've got, Iram, right, KT? Iram Parveen Balal. You know her, right? She's in WIPs. Let's see. Dr. Strange Writer, C. Robert Cargill, Lock and Key executive producer, Aaron Eli Colette. I'm butchering these names. Pearl Street's Fanchon Cox. Go Fanchon. We see you, girl. Warner Brothers VP Kate Adams. We've got Dirty John executive producer Alexandra Cunningham. Gersh Agencies, y'all. Gersh Agencies, Frank Wooliger, Eric Garfinkel, Jeff Greenberg, Amanda Smith, and Adam Van Dusen. Tripod Media's Jessica Hargrave. All my Lucifer people. Lucifer showrunner, Joe. Hello? Am I still in this? Lucifer showrunner, Joe Henderson. WME, Holly Jetter. You guys, I apologize for butchering some of this. Miramax, Monica Lay, Queeby. Everybody knows Queeby now. Don't Look Deeper creator Jeffrey Lieber. We've got Underground Management's Josh McGuire. Circle of Confusions, Casey Manella and Samantha Starr. We've got Sharp Objects executive producer Jessica Rhodes. We've got Monkey Paul's Wynn Rosenfield, Fremantle's Jenny Sherwood, and Field Trip Productions Haley Waringo. You guys, this is not even all of the people. This is not even everybody. KT, did you hear all those names?
Yes, I did. That's why I soloed you so that everybody could see you.
I thought that I turned off, and I was like, I'm still just going to keep talking.
Yeah, that's all. Just keep going unless I say stop.
So
I'm very proud of Cheryl and the whole Women of Color Unite for that. That is like the bomb. And if you guys want to see it, I put a link in the chat for everybody. Yeah,
and I got teary-eyed. The very first sentence says, it started with a hashtag. And I got, because I'm allowed to be an ally to this wonderful group. And I was just like, to know that like we didn't have to do these things that everybody tells you that you have to do. It was her heart, it's Cheryl and her team's hard work and all their effort. And all it took was that hashtag and all the support behind it. And like, I got so emotional reading this article, and I'm just so happy for them because it's not equal. We're not near equal. And this is changing it. This is leveling it up for women of color filmmakers. And I'm sorry for crying, but it's a lot of work. It's been so much work for Cheryl and her team. You guys have no idea how much work it is. And like, it's emotional. It's emotional that she's gotten here. It's unreal. Right?
Right.
KT, you know how hard it is. You know how hard it is in this business for white women. So imagine women of color, right? Like, right. Oh my God, emotional. Anyway.
How many really can women of color that you know right off the bat can you say, that are out there that, I mean, there is women of color, but there's not nearly enough, we can. Oh. No, there not as many. Like you can name hundreds of men, white men. You can name, 30 maybe that are like really like in the newspapers, really killing it. But in front of the scene, I feel like there's more representation in front of the scenes. This is helping behind the scenes, where I know for a fact women of color are definitely not represented whatsoever on big stuff.
No, and Cheryl talks a lot about above the line and below the line, and it's incredible, y'all, because so many people will charge money for these underrepresented people. They'll still say, well, you still have to pay to play. And Cheryl has not charged one dime for this organization. So if anybody is listening and once you read the article, and if you don't mind sharing it with your friends, if you feel compelled to do so, please, this is where you want to donate your money, because it is your money will go the longest way. Is to Women of Color Unite, to the JTC list, and you see the fruit of the labor. You see the fruit of the labor with this, and that's another thing, KT, that's frustrating as a female filmmaker in Hollywood. Some of these organizations that we pay to be members, we never see a fruits of the labor. We don't see it. So what are we paying for, right?
The only one that I love, and I know it's high to be in it, is the Jenna Davis for women.
Yeah, the Gina Davis Institute of in Gender and Media. Yeah,
but I mean, you know, I give her props because Cheryl is where Jenna was years ago when she first started that, where she was like an actress who wasn't getting parts, you know, and decided to start this and really has made a movement for women. And now we've got Cheryl who's come along, who's making a movement for women of color. So this is awesome.
Well, and I mean, you know, Gina Davis is the face of that, so that definitely helps. Oh my God, she said, now you're making me cry, all of you. Hey, Cheryl, I'm sorry if I have when I've mispronounced some of those names. It's not me being ignorant. I'm sorry. I just was going through them. But I didn't mean to butcher names.
Dude, we suck at names. Believe me, we deleted a whole thing because we said a name wrong.
Yeah, but everybody, I mean, I'm understanding about the butchering of names because my name gets butchered every day of my life. But the problem is now, I think if you are a white person, you need to put in the extra effort to not butcher a woman or a person of color's name. Don't butcher a person of color's name. Just don't. so learn from my mistake what I did.
I butcher everybody's name. It is a learning disability, just so you know.
Yeah.
I say it in my head differently than how I say it. Hi, we don't have to talk. The dogs want to come join us.
KT, well, that's different, and I get you because you, as well as you know me, you butchered my name. And I'm like, you know me, girl. You know me. So, yeah.
And but anyway, we're really all the time. So
we're really proud of Cheryl, and I'm actually excited that she got to hear us do that because I didn't even tell her we were going to do that. So she got to hear it
right at the beginning. That's what she knew it. She knew she needed to be on. There was a force of nature saying you need to watch Fat TV today.
Yeah, and Cheryl, this is also. It's streaming live on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. So right now, all these people just heard about your organization and your article for Hollywood Reporter. So good stuff, and it's just going to keep getting better and better and better. They're not done. They're not done. Nowhere near done. So what's our next topic, KT?
So we're not. You're not live streaming tonight behind the scenes of on TikTok.
Well, not tonight because I was an hour early for the show, I decided to go ahead and go live on TikTok earlier, so I already did it. So now I was like...
By the way, guys, Dellany was early, a whole hour early today, because last week we were on at 5 o'clock because I had something I had to do. So she, even though she posted on Facebook 6, she was here at 4:45. I was very proud of her. So now you have all of that time for the rest of a couple of weeks to make up for it.
Like, I posted on Instagram and Facebook for us, and I said 6 o'clock. And then like 5 minutes later, KT sends me the link, and I'm like, it's time, let's go. I was an hour early. It's so funny. So yes, Matt, I was an hour early.
Hey, and Matt's here today. So what's up with that? Yeah, you know, he's been a no-show. He wasn't a no-show. He was on our other when we shared it. Did you share to your Facebook right now? Did you share to your Twitter?
Oh, no. Sorry. Nope. I'll share it right now. So what's our next topic, though? What's our next topic?
Well, we could talk about Mulan if we would like to.
Mulan. Is everybody excited for Mulan to come out? When is Mulan? When is it coming out, KT? September.
Look here.
I think Mulan is coming out on September 4th on Disney Plus. We wanted to talk about it because KT, Disney Plus is charging an extra $30 on top of their $6.99 subscription.
Do you want to know why?
What?
I said, do you want to know why?
Well, I know why, and I think you know why, but I think we should tell the audience, because guess what? There's a lot of people who aren't industry people who are outraged that they have to pay that $30. So do you want to tell them why?
Well, I think they need to make up some money for the $50 million they paid for Hamilton, number one.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, the reason why they're doing is because it was supposed to come out in theaters and it can't. So
Right.
if you think about, if you take your child to a theater, you have your child and you, that's probably $30. Let's just say with taxes, just the ticket alone for both of you, and popcorn and all that kind of stuff. So you're spending around $50 for just you and your child. That's just if it's you and your child. Let's say if you have two kids and your husband or your wife or whatever, you're going to say 20, 40, let's say just $50 in tickets. That's being on the low end, plus another $25 to $30 in popcorn and refreshments. So look at what you're saving if you spend $30.
I mean, a family of 5 can go for what, like $4 or $5 a piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, $6, right? $6.
I can't. I'm not a math.
Math is awful. Here's the deal. Y'all. For people who are up in arms about having to pay, I just have to say to y'all, hold on. Do you know what the budget is for Mulan for live action? Do you know how much it costs to make?
$125 million.
$300 million was the budget. And yeah, $300 million. So here's the deal, y'all. It's the most expensive. It's likely the most expensive Disney movie that's ever been made. And I'm sorry, don't you think that Disney should get paid for a $300 million film that they're giving to the audience?
Well, here's what I think they need to do. If you have a $6.99, if you are subscribed to Disney, you should get $6.99 off the $30. Do you know what I mean? So if you already have a subscription, but if you're just going to watch it on Disney, then pay $30. Because go ahead.
No, I see where you're coming from, but the $6.99 is paying for the hundreds of other bits of content that are on there. Like, you're already getting such a great deal. Like, Hamilton's on there, and Beyonce. What was the Beyonce? I just saw it. King, Black is King. Is that what it?
So why didn't they do that for Beyonce? Why did they just do it for Mulan?
Well, that's a great question. I think it's because Hamilton and Beyonce's, those are more like, it's like music videos and it's musical theater performance that was from a live performance. Mulan was $300 million. And here's another thing people don't think about, okay? This is another thing people don't think about. All of the people who came together to make Mulan, the cast and the crew, that's hundreds, if not maybe up to 1,000 people, artists who were on Mulan. How much money, KT, did they spend on their time, efforts, and skills since day one on their talent to make Mulan? And it's like, to me, it's a disgrace to every creator and artist that's part of this vision that you wouldn't want to be willing to pay to see what they're giving you, their excellence. You know what I mean? Like, it just, I'm tired of giving away content for free, is what I'm trying to say.
No, I totally understand that. Because, I mean, the free content has ruined a lot, you know? And actually, when I was looking at this Mulan piece, let me see if I can find it again. There was actually a piece that Rolling Stone put out, because, you know, I'm in the music world too. So it said Disney's $30 Mulan experiment shames music timid pricing models. I'm going to put that in because the reason why I bring that up is two things. The owner of Spotify, the CEO of Spotify, came out and told artists, you need to be putting out more content. You know what I mean? Instead of every, you know, and I can tell you right now, I work with somebody who we put content out every 4 to 6 weeks, constantly up on Spotify, iTunes, and all that.
Yeah.
It's a beast to try to promote that too. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you have places like Spotify who the royalty rate is so low. Like literally, I think one time I looked at it for Ed Sheeran's plays. Like, of all of his plays on Spotify, he may have gotten paid 15 million. You know what I mean? Like, and this is a man who was the #1 Spotifyer. So just, I think it was something like that at the time. It might have been just his top streams that I had done that I put in. But, you know, people shot back and said, artists shot back and said, well, why don't you at least pay 1 cent per song that's streamed every time it's streamed? Pay a cent. Because they pay like 0.0056, something like that, you know?
Yeah. Well, and Matt is also saying, like, I think what I'm reading, by the way, Corinne asked a really good question. I'm pretty sure it's a one-time only fee. It's not something that you would have to pay every single time you watch it.
Right.
But Matt said Nolan really wants to wait to release it in theaters. Wait, I lost his comment. Can you find it? Sorry, Matt.
Here we go. I'll put it up for you to read. There you go.
Okay. So Nolan really wants to wait to release it in theaters too. Like with Mulan, it really sucks when big blockbuster, big screen type films cannot be shown in theaters because they need to be seen like that. No, they really do. But I just feel that this is a time where, like, especially in America, our theaters are still not open because of nobody's following the rules with COVID. So we're stuck like this, and they've got to figure out a way to how are we going to see it? And I do believe other countries are getting it for free.
Really?
Well, because I don't know, actually. I saw on Twitter that France gets to see Mulan for free. I think, like, you guys fact check me. I don't know everything. Like, I sometimes just talk. But I do know that America is paying for it. So anyway, yeah, I think that, guys, we got to quit thinking that we deserve free art all the time. Like, us artists, we're tired. And we spend years to give you content, like good content that's free. So, and then you gripe about seeing a $300 million movie for free. You shouldn't, you're not entitled to see a $300 million movie for free, period.
Well,
you're just not.
I mean, basically just support your artists, support the art, no matter what it is. Yes. You know, even if I'm on a guest list, I try to buy a ticket, even though if I can. You know, like if I get put on music guest lists and stuff like that, I'll still buy a ticket. Yeah. Just to give my support, you know.
That's good. Just support. And also, this is a women-helmed film. This is a woman in the lead who is also a woman of color. Why are we going to protest this? Like,
get out there. I mean, or when sorry, the dogs are just all over it. Everybody's saying hi to Lila. So when Wonder Woman comes out, and we didn't even talk about that. That the new Wonder Woman trailer came out this last Saturday.
Yeah.
When that comes out, and we're not gonna be able to see it in theaters, are we gonna gripe about that too?
I mean, I know, because I want to see it on the big screen so badly, but yeah. No, I'll pay to see Wonder Woman, obviously. How do you feel about the Kristen Wiig's in it? She plays a villain.
Yeah, isn't it Jaguar? Oh my god. Yeah, I know she plays she turns herself into the Jaguar or something like that.
Yeah. I like her energy. She's very much like, people have treated me like crap all my life, so now I'm gonna get you back. I'm like, yes, girl.
And Wonder Woman has the beautiful gold winged outfit in this one too.
Yeah, and Wonder Woman's like, be classy, keep it classy. When others go low, we go high.
I'm excited because Chris Pine and Gail have a really good chemistry on film, and I think it's going to be really funny. You know, just looking at the new trailer, so I'm excited. I'm excited too. So I guess we're going to hopefully get this on public access TV. What's our third topic? Well, first off, I wanted to show you something of what my little one is doing. I took a picture right next to me. Do you see that?
Yes. What is happening at your feet?
Yeah, at my feet. If I move my feet, he will bite me.
Oh my gosh. You don't want that. You do not want that.
He loves to attack my feet.
Cute.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, we love hearing your opinions on all this because I know everybody's got mixed opinions on that.
So let's kind of end the show with what you're watching then.
Well, now that we've got Jenny from the block. Jenny from the block is back in Dellany's apartment. She's got me watching reality TV, and I am sucked into a show called Below the Deck. Has anyone heard of it? Below the Deck.
No,
and apparently it's got so many, like, there's Below the Deck where they're on the ocean somewhere in America. There's Below the Deck Mediterranean. There's Below the Deck Greece or whatever. And it is KTEE. It's basically like watching restaurant workers, but they work on a boat.
So it's waiting on a boat.
It's waiting on a boat. And their tips are fat. Like, they get, basically at the end of each charter, they have, like, per season, I think they have like 9 charters per season. They get tips, and then you watch the tip meeting. The tip meeting's only like a minute long, but it's my favorite part because it's money. You know, that money in the hands. So they get $15,000 tips. So when they divide it, each of them make basically like $1,200 or $1,300 or $1,400 per charter. So by the end of the season, they're pocketing $15,000 in cash tips. Cash. So that is
the season, 3 months. So
it's only for the summer. It's only for the summer. Yeah, so and I don't even think it's only a charter is only 7 or 8 weeks. That's it. It's like 2 months. That's it. $15,000. Like
$15,000. How much tax?
Like, I have to work a whole back in the day with waitressing. I'd have to work a whole year to make that. Are you kidding me? Don't get me started.
Wow, you really weren't good then. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm kidding. You gotta work it. Oh my God, look at Dellany's face. Were you mean to people? Were you only getting dollar tips?
Never. Not me. No, I get that bad tips because they're bad tippers, not because I'm a bad server. Hello.
I know. I think, what is it? Probably like 75% of people who go out to eat don't know how to tip properly.
Exactly.
And right now, you should be tipping extra. Like, you know.
Yes. Extra. Like 50%. No, I'm just kidding. But still, something good. Yeah. No, there's on TikTok, you know, I had to bring up TikTok. On TikTok, there's people who are doing TikTok challenges where they have a Venmo and they screenshot the Venmo where people donate to them, and then they take that money from the Venmo and they tip a server with it. So like they tip a server like $1,000 at O'Charlie's. Do you remember O'Charlie's? Like,
oh my God. O'Charlie's.
So, I mean, yeah, but imagine what a difference that makes for an O'Charlie's server, right?
Yeah, I remember my first $100 tip.
I've noticed none of those tips happen in LA because, you know, us servers, we'd be like, is this it? This doesn't even pay my rent. I need $2,000, ma'am. Thank you. Like, we're so ungrateful.
We are because I can tell you, like, I remember my first $100 tip on like 2 people. You know what I mean? At a casual restaurant, that's really good. You know, but here it's like if it's $100, it's like, oh, I get that every day. You know, at certain places around me. You know, it's like I would love to go out at all these steakhouses and like eat lavishly, like all these people do around here. You know, and spend money like it's no tomorrow. But no, I don't.
Right. I mean, at this point, the way 2020 is going, there might not be a tomorrow.
So then I'll just go spend all my money. I'll go to the Bahamas or something. I'll just go into my savings and spend it all. Me and the dogs will go to the Bahamas.
I don't think you're allowed to go to the Bahamas. We're not allowed anywhere.
Because we're fucking idiots. Excuse my language. We don't listen. We can't do what we're told to do.
Did you just say the curse? Did you say the F word?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You just did.
I think it's the pandemic. I think it's being stuck inside constantly.
KT said the F word. I know. I know.
And I don't know how many more Zoom meetings I can freaking do.
Yeah, we're stuck inside, and it's the hottest time of the year for LA, and we've got fires. We have fires, KT. Fires.
But yeah, no. My video shoot the other day, when we went on Sunday to scout, it was nice and pretty where we were going. Right. And then we went out to shoot on Wednesday, and the haze from the fires messed my stupid sunset up, where I have to now pay to put what's called sky replacement into a music video to make it look cool because of the fire haze.
How did you do that shoot in this weather? How did you do that?
Well, actually, what happened was on our way out there, it rained, number one, where we were. Yeah. We were around Palmdale area. At the couple of mountains over there, because we were supposed to go to Jacob's Tree? Joshua Tree. Sorry.
What's Jacob's Tree?
I don't know. But that was way too hot. So we went to a place that looked kind of like Joshua Tree a little bit. And it had rained on the way out there. So it actually was funny because it went from 104 to 70. Then it went back up to 100. But by that, we shot from like 3 to like 8, you know what I mean? So after it rained, it's kind of like in Florida when it rains, it cools down a little bit. Yeah. It cooled down. And because of the haze, we didn't have sun beating down on us either. Yeah. Yeah. So it wasn't as bad. I mean, literally, I'm going to tell you, I took all kinds of stuff out with me to do that. I was we had cases of water. I had ice and ice packs. That's why I refused to go to Joshua Tree, because it was supposed to be 115, no shade, Woo! So I wasn't going to put people through that. It was still hot. We were tired, yes. Yeah. But
that's draining. And hopefully you hydrated and hydrated and hydrated.
I did. 7-Eleven has some great things. They always have a sell on their electrolytes drinks. I love those drinks. Those are really good during this time of the year. I love putting them in the freezer and let them freeze, because they don't all the way freeze, and then drink them like that.
Those are so good. They're so good. So I see Matt's comment. He said Lovecraft County. Have you been watching that?
What is that?
It is so good. It's on HBO, and it is Matt would explain it better, actually.
Well, I can tell you, it's been very hard during this pandemic to watch new stuff. So I started watching Grimm again, Grimm. Have you ever seen that? Yeah. For some reason, it came on my Amazon Prime, and I was like, I'll just start watching this again. So yeah, I think it's something like not a self-care, but a self-preservation thing, where I'm just watching older stuff so I can feel normal again. I don't know how to explain that, but you know how sometimes when you watch old sitcoms, you feel like you're back in your childhood? I'm kind of doing that. Yeah.
So Lovecraft Country, it's about a young African-American who travels across the U.S. in the 1950s in search of his missing father. And it's very sci-fi. And I think, ironically, if Matt can help me on this, but the author of it, the original author, it's based on a book or an author who wrote books back in the day, but he was a racist. He was a racist. As if there's different levels of racist, but they've taken this story and they've made the leads black people.
Wow.
So Matt, and it's so good. I went in it not knowing what it's about, and you don't know at first. You're what did I get into? But then by the end, the cliffhanger is insane. H.P. Lovecraft is the author, and I guess he wrote a lot of books. I'm the worst person to talk about this. Let's see. I'm trying to find more information. You haven't heard about it? It's like a horror drama. It's scary and it's serious. It's
okay. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it's so good. Let me see. Hold on a second. I got you. Hold on. Okay. I got you. It
I'll just
is
let everybody see my little doggy picture again.
okay. It's based on H.P. Lovecraft's book of the same name. A guy's looking for his missing father. It basically in the 1950s, that's so cute. Which is Jim Crow during the time, Jim Crow time, and he soon learns dark secrets about his life and the town. And
really?
yeah, and the lead is Atticus Freeman, and he was in The Last Man in San Francisco. If you saw that, really talented. He's also been in like Defy Bloods, Gully. Yes, Jordan Peele produces, obviously. Yes. And then Journey Smollett is really good. She's Jesse Smollett's sister, if anybody knows Jesse Smollett. She was Black Canary in Birds of Prey. It's good. And there's a scene where she runs, and it was, can I just say, first of all, it was refreshing to see a woman who actually knows how to run. Like, she was running. And I think some of it was because she was not wearing high heels, KT. She was not wearing high heels.
Yeah, that reminds me. You remember whenever they did that interview with the girl that was in like Jurassic World? What's her name?
Bryce Dallas Howard.
And she was talking about running in high heels. And I'm like, who's going to be running away from a dinosaur in high heels?
That's why people make fun of women running, is because they've usually had to run in the most uncomfortable shoes. But whoever provided this woman her shoes, boom. And I'm like obsessed with her running scene. It's great. And I think I think they mentioned that her character is or was like a track athlete or something in high school. So it just like, it works. It's good. It's good.
I think the only place I've seen women actually not run in heels is horror films. Like, whenever, like the slasher films where the girl is the heroine, they usually have tennis shoes on. I've seen that.
Okay.
Remember, like the stuff in the 80s and the 90s, like Scream and
they have tennis shoes on, but they're not wearing their bras, or they're only in panties. And I mean, they're very naked.
Right. But I did write a paper about slasher films from the 80s and their impact on society and why they were used. Because, if you notice, there was always a divorced parents in it. The kids had to fend for themselves. There was always a girl that was like, trying to like save everybody's life. Remember, like that's where the Scream Queens came from, is that period. So, but it was interesting because occasionally, the girls who got killed, they were in high heels, but the ones who were like alive by the end, they weren't like that. So anyway, I thought I'd bring that up.
I love it. Thank you. No, that's cool. I love that you wrote about it.
I did. Well, I wrote about a lot of things on it because there's a lot of, if you look at slasher films and their impact during that time, you had kids that were, you were the phone. The phone was the big thing, and that was your only connection with the world, and that always got cut off. So they were always not connected, and you had to fend for yourself, like Halloween, you know what I mean? Friday the 13th. It was all about teens fending for themselves and not relying on their parents or adult figures, because it sucked back then. That's when the 80s, when a lot of families were breaking up, or the adults, as you would say, really only cared about themselves, or they were, they weren't at home a lot. So when the TV, everybody started being put in the boob tube and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. I
love it. That's so good. Thank you, KT. Thank you.
We have gone way over our time.
Again, I thought we had a third topic. What was our third topic? Was it not? Did we not?
No.
Did we talk about everything? We talked about everything.
I'm just going to do one more thing right here. Look at that cutie patootie. He's
so cute.
Adorable. I'm sorry.
That dog does not like me, but he's super cute. He's so cute.
Yeah.
So
adopt, don't shop. No, shop. Yeah, adopt, don't shop. Right? Something
so
like that.
Cute. Danielle is saying it goes so fast, our show.
She already told her, she's like, girl, it's almost 10 o'clock my bedtime. I gotta go.
Well, she fell asleep last week. She was asleep, right? Sorry.
She works a lot. Sorry. Yeah. You know, I think maybe they're allowed to go outside, right?
Must be nice. Must be nice. Gosh. Yeah, I think LA, we've got the highest number, right, of COVID cases?
Probably. I quit looking at the news. I just quit it. I'm done. Yeah. I'm not looking at the news. I'm just done. My life is much better. I still have anxiety at night, but you know what? It is what it is.
I mean, I think we have the worst cases, LA, and TikTok influencers who are getting sponsors to pay for their multi-million-dollar mansions while they stay in LA. They're having COVID parties where they're having like 100 people, and like there's no way these people are getting tested. And they're a bunch of TikTok influencers. I'm so disappointed because I'm like, y'all are coming into my area and spreading y'all's COVID germs. So gross. Just don't get me started.
I'm just kidding.
What is that face? What is that face?
No, I'm tired. This is a crazy day.
Just, okay.
Well, I think we just have to take a breath. I really had a lot of anxiety this week, just to let everybody know. You know?
I'm sorry. Like, just was it?
You know, and everybody knows I'm dealing with my father and his crap that you have to deal with during COVID because people won't do what they say.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. And it's like you've got that. And I know that you've been working extra hard because of that shoot. And then you have your other Thrival gigs. And she takes care of 3 dogs. Like, it's girl, you are.
One behind me. They decided today they wanted to stay in here with me. But anyway, I know we have to go. So let everybody know where they can find us. And we'll be back next week too.
Awesome. Yes. Okay. You can find us here where you're watching us right now. We are also at Fat TV World on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, you know, and then obviously in whenever KT and I can see each other again, we want to make TikToks. So there you go.
And there you go. And if you want to find us online, Dellany Peace Producer on TikTok, that's where she hangs out. I'm at KT Online everywhere. You can come find me, but really come talk to us through Fat TV World, at Fat TV World on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. We love to hear from you. And until next week.
We love you guys. We appreciate all y'all. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.